Hello, welcome back to LIVENODING. In this episode, I want to share with you my geometry node setup. It's basically a rotating dice. It's pretty simple to create actually. I like this artwork because it's really simple and it's just use a bunch of instance of a rotating dice. And if you look from far away, it's almost like some kind of there's some kind of pattern that keeps going on and on, and I just like this pattern anyway. So so it's basically like a dice, right? Dice have 6 faces and it's currently rotating and it's just scattered like that. This is in 3D, right? It's actually rotating, and I think I can do a little bit more later, but I'll explain the whole setup. So the dice itself is just a sketchfab model of a single dice, and yeah, it's just a single dice, and then I just use geometry nodes to instance the dice. So you grab a dice from sketchfab that you like, or you purchase one that you really like, and you instance it inside geometry nodes. As we already know, dice have 6 different faces. So before I started, I actually rotate the dice one by one. So originally, this is what I do. So geometry to instance, that's gonna turn the dice into an instance, and I rotate each one of the instance to show the face. So 6 faces of dice, but we get some random variations. Oh, I think I have 7 variations somewhat. Or anyway, if you want more 6, then you add it as instance. But I'm rotating each one of them here certain degree, so we get a different face. All the 6 faces goes into join geometry, and so we have 6 dice, and then we split it into instance based on the original instance. So we have six instance, and then I just simply instance it on points. Now we actually get something. A grid. Okay, we start with a grid. We can have as many dice as we want. As you might already seen, there's actually some kind of pattern going on with the dice. It's the noise pattern. So we can replace the dice noise with anything, including like a human portrait. So that's should be pretty easy to do. So picks, in my case, I pick the instance randomly, but if you want to make like a painting or portrait of someone using the dice, you can use image, and yeah, do the rest. So I set it up with instance on points, on grid points, right? And I pick the instance not actually randomly. I'm using the noise texture value remap into this value, and I just round it. So I can control between 0 and between 1 and 6 for the instance of the dice, and so this is what we end up with. I'm just using, so this is the kind of like a wave value of the noise. If we use okay, if we use vector math and we use a value that's passing through, we get this type of ripple effects that we often see with the noise. Vector math need to be added just to multiply the scale. Oh, anyway, yeah, from the top view orthographic, we get this. We can randomize the pattern, it doesn't matter. So what else did I do next? Translate by distance. I think this one, translate the instance, we can do. Okay, this doesn't seem to work. However, rotate instance seems to work. Yeah, so we can rotate the instance with the output. Okay, so I use Euler to rotations, and we have this combine XYZ scene times controlling the Y, and then the Z coming from random. So this one, if it's just rotating in one axis, it's doing that. This one goes there. So we have nice pattern going on from far away. It's giving this unusual pattern, kind of like eyes illusions. So I think I really like this effect because, like I said, it's very, very simple, and we are using instance of the dice in a very efficient way. You can, of course, instead of using grid, you can use like a cube, volume cube, oh yeah, something like that, and then instance on volume 2 points. Random or grid, we like the grid, and then because the grid can give interesting pattern. Maximum and minimum. Be careful with the number thing. You just need to worry about the scaling, density, spacing. So I'm just gonna open up the -1, and okay, we have rotations going on. Spacing, we just need to add a proper value. So before we do anything, I think just use the points. Take a look. Okay, that's really what's going on. Oh, there's a noise happening as well. Okay, it's actually pretty large. Okay, it's not too bad. Save this as new file. We can grow this volume up. So yeah, we get this nice pattern of dice. Not gonna be a god of gambler anytime soon, but we can roll procedural dice like this. It's kind of nice. From the top view, not as good as the 2D one. I think if they are closer together, we get a bit of pattern, but I think the 2D one is just fine. Well, okay, 2D we have points coming in. Should be just the grid. And yeah, just rescale. Rescale the dice. Look at it from the top view. Yeah, 2D one is better. Simpler, easy to create, and we get this unusual pattern. Okay, so yeah, that's the whole setup basically. Feel free to recreate it yourself. Like I said, it's a dice with 6 faces, maybe it can be other things, not just the dice. And then the artwork is currently just noise texture. Maybe replace it with Voronoi or something. But you can also turn this into 3D monkey head and then just turn it into volume and points, distribute points on the monkey head, right? So, all right. So hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.